Welcome back to Gamify This, the podcast game show featuring the artist, Samuel, the gamer, Sean, the nerd, Puzzle. Join us as we compete to come up with the best gamified solutions to our daily experiences on Gamify This.
Welcome to episode 13 of Gamify This.
Ooh!
This is the first episode after Halloween. Hopefully.
Or at Halloween?
Which is why... What?
Or at Halloween?
Well, Halloween isn't on a Thursday, and we upload on Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
But... Ooh.
Ah!
Anyway, that was a fun little thing we did, but you couldn't hear me very well, and for anyone listening without video, that was probably very confusing. I had a marshmallow helmet on, blocking my voice. Samuel doesn't seem like he is ready to undo his costume yet.
Sean just undid his costume.
just
My
had an
pig nose is
axe.
on upside down.
Oh no.
Well, anyway, today's topic for today's episode
What?
is...
No!
Oh,
He
well, I'm
doesn't
really
have-
excited, because I actually do, and I actually have a really fun plan.
Are you
But that's not
sure?
how we do things here.
Are you sure you're capable of fun and goodness?
Oh, come on, Sean. You know I am. I'm always fun and good to everyone. I'm never mean to anyone. I'm never mad. I'm never evil. I'm
Actually-
never malicious.
The thing about never being mad, evil, and malicious actually kind of works.
What? What do you mean by that idea works?
It is consistent with the CIA's report on you.
How do you have access to the CIA's report on me?
Don't ask me questions, Dister.
Okay, Mr. Usher.
Sean and I have bow ties on. You missed the bow tie memo, Puzzle? Tie
I have a bow tie.
those two things into a bow. Hey, buddy.
Oh, Captain.
It's a Minecraft bow tie. Anyway, welcome back to episode 13 of Gamify This. That was a fun little intro, but we're all wearing bow ties now for some reason. This is
I'm wearing a
Sean
shirt.
and Samuel. This is Sean
Hi.
and Samuel. Say hello in that order.
Hi.
Hi.
There we go. How have your guys' weeks been? Have you guys been gamifying things? It's been a little bit more than a week, but since the last recording, updates? Have you been applying these things to your life? Helping the mundane be not mundane, the monotonous be exciting, riding dolphins to work, exploding stop signs, all the normal stuff of gamifying your life?
I did a partial system for myself where I have a schedule and I write down my tasks. I did a very simple thing, but it's helping me, where I write little stars under those tasks, and when I complete them, I fill out the stars and circle them, and then I tally up the stars for the whole day. And it's not perfect, but it's helping me.
Nice.
So you're still gamifying your school then?
Yeah.
And Samuel is colored oddly because he has a little light bar in front of him that he chooses to make fun colors that make his skin look green instead of okay, green apparently. I just said green, he turned very, very green. What about you, Samuel? How have you been? How has your gamified approach been for work?
We have a new guy. I've been training him. I want him to know how to do everything I've done, but I want his training to be better than the training I got. Now, part of being a teacher is you need a student who is willing to learn.
Yeah.
Is he?
And yes, he's kind of somewhat still seems sort of passive. So I'm trying to push a little bit more of the ask me what I need you to do. Ask me when you can learn something. I'm gamifying teaching at this
Nice.
point, which is more of the kind of stuff I would enjoy doing.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. What do you mean by you want to do more of that?
With my cartoons and stuff, I like to come up with visuals that help people either allegorically or illustrating concepts that are hard to understand and that sort of thing. I like it when the lights come on because I clarified something that is difficult to clarify. For instance, if somebody says, this one's a really hard one to get your head around, I listen for it, and the point where I understand it, I know how to make it easy to understand. Because that's the only way I can learn anything, is if there's an easy way. So it's not about, is there an easy way? It's about finding the easy way, if that makes
Where
any
is
sense.
that easy way?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I've been using a lot of, what's all that noise?
It's Luna. I'll take the bone out of her crate. She's doing somersaults with her bone.
It's like rolling thunder.
Her crate's touching my desk, which is touching my microphone,
Oh.
so everything's like going up my microphone. Have we run out of things to talk about?
Oh, it's been easier to stay on my schedule at work. It's been really helpful having the new guy, because there's a day I have to count the stuff in the lab, and I'm like checking them off, getting them done, and I'm talking to him about, he also plays that farming game app that I enjoy as well.
Stardew Valley?
And that's what I enjoyed about it, is you can kind of set your quests for the day and try to get them all done, and you see all the moving pieces and stuff. And I told him it's a lot like that, the way that I look at work. And he said that's a lot how I look at life too. And I'm like, it's making a game out of it.
You were like, have you ever heard of the podcast Gamify This?
You did see the clip where I ate a bug.
Well, if you guys feel like you're done talking about your week and gamifying stuff, the topic that I'm bringing up this week, it might take a while because it's very different. The whole episode's going to be very different. So
Okay.
It might take extra time. So I'll just kind of speed through that small talk section for the beginning. But this week, I would like us to gamify change. And the way that I want us to do this, have you guys ever heard of the improv game Change? So the improv game Change, just for background, players perform a scene based on a suggestion or a topic, and at any point during the scene, the host can blow a whistle and say change, at which point the previous line of dialogue or action is replaced with a new line of dialogue or action. And I was thinking this could make it a little bit more interactive, and also make it so that there isn't a long period of one person talking. I want our spin on this to be, whenever I say change, we switch from Samuel to Sean and vice versa. Kind of like, so what probably might happen is Sean take mental notes while Samuel's talking and think about things you don't like about his game that you'd like to change, or maybe some things you want to add on to his game that you'd like to change. And as we flip-flop through it, we're going to end up with a perfectly rounded, definitely not ridiculous, crazy game that is absolutely suited for both kinds of people, you and him. It'll be perfect.
Oh no.
Luna! She's very much enjoying this new crate. It's very big.
Oh really?
Yeah, she can
Nice.
stand up in it. She can walk in a small circle. For the audience, this week I finally got Luna a new crate because she's grown quite a bit from when I first got her first crate.
Yeah.
She wasn't able to sit up in her crate. She would be hunched over like this and her ears stick out the top. But now she's happy. She can do somersaults and chase stuff around in circles.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, now Sean's taking a break. Samuel just got back and now Sean's gone. Everything okay?
Yeah. My axe fell over. Just like my soul when Michael started talking to me.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your life. This always happens. I'm such a bad friend.
You also have a way of making people feel good.
So, change. I'm not going to give either of you very much prep time because I feel like no matter how much prep time we allot, the beginning is always very rough. So I think whoever feels most confident should just jump headfirst in.
Your bow tie is so crooked.
Okay, it's because I'm not able to tighten it anymore. There, I took it off. I'm not able to tighten it anymore, so it was just bad.
Thanks for showing us your belly button.
Sean was just proving to us that to take his bow tie off, he would have to take his shirt off.
No, I knew exactly what the point was. I
was explaining to the audience that won't even see that because I'm gonna blur it out.
I don't want to be known as the person who did that.
I hope you guys who are watching this are enjoying this. This is gonna be very great. We didn't do any warm-ups. I feel like we should do warm-ups. I'm gonna look up warm-ups so we can do it
No,
in the future.
let's do this thing in the future.
Whoever wants to just start ad-libbing, monologuing, improving, a start to how to gamify change, come up with a scenario, and then as you're saying the scenario out loud, think, what would I like in this scenario? What would I like in this scenario? What would I like in this scenario? Think about the scenario and what you would like in that scenario, and think of a gamified solution.
So you're going from high school to college, right? And there's 3 main things that you have to do. Take into account your mental problems and your situational problems, what's happening in around you, and take into account the 3rd problem that Samuel is going to figure out.
Oh no!
Now, as
okay.
this, I know, I'm just leaving that. So, mental acuity has to do with how much time you're spending to make yourself comfortable in your head, and situational stuff has to do with dormitories, social situations, and to do the situational stuff, you have to also prepare. You have to do maintenance. This is just sounding like a
You're saying
sad.
situation a lot. I
Yes,
liked how you specified dormitory. Can we go with more specific things?
yes, dormitories,
Sorry.
cafeteria stuff, social situations. You can do preparatory things while you're still in high school, and then you can also do maintenance awesome job quests, which give you maintenance points, and then the preparatory stuff gives you super awesome, cool preparatory points, and these combine and time adds the sum +2 and then ×3, and then you get the total
Okay,
score.
Samuel, change the point system. Ignore the squeaking.
So what you're going for through change is first a little bit of consistency. Consistency with where you were in the past as a link to where you are in the present. Because you can't be thrown to something entirely new without a clear without a little bit of transition. And part of that transition is seeing how this new environment is like your previous environment. How the cafeteria is like the cafeteria at school. How the dorms are like your house where you stay.
Yeah.
And instead of annoying parents, you have an annoying roommate. You use all that and you start to say to help you see how it's similar before you go to the transition of changing it. So the first points you're trying to get are similarity points. And when you can start recognizing your new classmates as people that you already know, and start recognizing your dorm as your home, and recognizing the cafe as the cafe in high school, anytime you go through a change, it's going to get a little bit easier because you say, it's all right. I'll just imagine I've been here for a while. And then you get points for having that strength attached to you.
That's really, really good. I really like that. I feel like you've thought about that before. Keep
I was
going.
gonna
Introduce
give
something
Sean some similar advice because I was starting to talk about when you're older and independent, and then he essentially said he didn't want to do that or didn't want to.
Wait, what?
That. Well, you kind of dodged it. You might have just had something you had to do.
new. So that was a good change, but now you need to introduce something new before I hand it back to Sean, or else he'll just be changing what you just changed.
So we have the preparatory points that Sean was talking about. Those can be transformed to more similarity points, as I was saying, replacement points. Start recognizing the features that are familiar for the new things. The second form of points that you want to do is finding the new things. Look for what is the most different thing here and what can I learn about it. And you get points for going above and beyond, going ahead, and preparing yourself ahead of time is preparatory ×2. Do the research you can about what is this new thing that I'm facing. What's some research I can do so that I'm not just jumping into this and just doing what the professors tell me and trying to act like I understand it? How can I get ahead a little bit and be the expert in the room on this new thing so that it'd be like, they'd come to me and say, you seem to know where you are, you seem to know what you're doing, and you'll be able to help your classmates. instead of worrying about needing somebody to help you as much.
Okay. Sean,
Yeah.
change that to make it more understandable because I tuned out, which is bad. We're trying to gamify this, not make it
Oh, that is a
school.
problem with you. So
I do tune out, and I am the target audience.
the way you get double the points is assessing your situation. Imagine you're a stick figure and you're looking around in an environment for things you can pick up in a survival game. What can benefit you and other people and make this a healthier environment for you and other people? Assessment points are an overarching system that applies to the preparatory points, the mental points, and the similarity points, and all that. Where after you've done those things, you assess it, and it's like this is good because of this, and you kind of remind yourself of that. Give yourself a mental sticky note, and then be doing that with all of the other things that you encounter. So the way you get double points on anything is assessment points, taking a little extra time, maybe even just 10 seconds one day, looking at that lab microscope or the Mac and Toodle-Oodle and being like, this is cool, and I think it would benefit me or somebody else if I did this with that, or if I approached it this way.
Elaborate, please.
Elaborate on which part?
You don't want to look at a random piece of scientific equipment and start messing with it. What do you mean by look at it and say, I'm going to do this with it?
Okay, so
no.
Develop a mindset about it. You can make a miniature game when you're using it to help you get the most benefit out of what you're observing, or teach it to somebody, or use it in a way that people don't expect, not in a bad way. Hang on. What I mean is use it to observe other things, like other kinds of bacteria and stuff like that, and that way you learn more about that other bacteria. But take an educational, open mind to it, and you will see things that benefit you in the future. Mostly
Okay.
mindset is the good thing in there, in that particular case.
You can tell neither Sean nor I have ever been to a college.
Yeah. Okay, that was the end of round 1. Samuel, I want you to give a summary of this.
Okay. The real thing about change is you are getting preparation for going to college. And you want an overarching system, a bird's eye view, if you will, so that you can get assessment points to understand, like, you're watching yourself on a bigger map, and you kind of see where you are, the areas that are dark, you can see where you're going, you can see where you've been, the areas that are light, and you're trying to go to those dark areas, the areas that haven't been illuminated yet, by learning.
Oh, right.
By learning.
Like on a map on a game.
Yeah, like on a map on a game. You see your stick figure character, you see what you got to do to win the game, the college game, the new stuff, the changes. You have a mindset so that you can get assessment points. That's seeing and understanding what you need to do. You actually get points for how many times you open the map and make good notes. But you also get observations with benefits. In addition to the benefit of assessment, of understanding it, it's when you're actually in the game and you start to open up the blank book, your lab book or whatever, if we're doing chemistry, and seeing the microcosm on the pleated paper, and moving it to a squidgy widgy
Samuel, keep
glass
the broad
pattern.
picture.
And doing a little observation in the element, like in the lab, in the class, or in the math room, or in the whatever
bathroom.
Getting the observation with benefits. You are looking to learn. You have some time to examine it before the actual teaching happens so that you can make some guesses at what it might be. Look at things in the room to give yourself clues as to what it might be, what the professor might say, and then see how close your guesses are to what the professor says, and what you come up with.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
So this is really cool because this is... that was a little voice crack. I don't know if you guys heard that. This is a lot like how my schooling is at Culverton. At the beginning of the week, we have these resources at the top before we get into the project, and the resources seem very broad and generic. It's like, here's these topics, and just read about them. And I'm like, when I'm going through it, I'm obviously not able to put all that knowledge in my brain, all those new concepts, because I haven't used them yet. So what I like doing is thinking about the name of the project that we're going to be doing that week, and thinking about how these new topics might fit in, and doing that before getting into the project makes the problem solving easier, because I'll have a task in the project that's like, do this with this concept, and I'll be like, I've never done this before, and then I'll remember, oh, when I was reading this resource, I was thinking about how to apply this stuff already. And that's a lot like what you were saying, Samuel.
My butt hurts.
Well, you're always a easily butthurt person, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Puzzle just says some things sideways to me, and Sean's like, I think you hurt Samuel's feelings. Which I appreciate, because I'm right here to tell you that. But...
Samuel and Sean, we're starting over. Round 2 will be... No, it's okay. Round 2 will be implementing this change. However, this will be very improv. Samuel, you are a learned professor. You are familiar with the gamified ways. Sean, you are a new student, and you are not liking this change. You are not having a good time at this school. And Samuel, you are telling him... I don't know why I'm still talking. You guys should get started. Okay, here's a scenario. It's after school. School just ended. Sean, you're approaching his desk. You're like, I don't know if this is going to work out. I think I might need to drop out. Samuel, you're the professor. You're going to help him out. And go.
That's okay. What is it that you're wanting to do instead of this class? I'd have a few question points that I can pull out based on his concern or what he has said to me. But they're to illuminate for me what it is about the class setting that doesn't match up to his expectations. Because we can get a lot of money off of him if he chooses to stick around.
Samuel, Professor, I don't know what's going on with my life, but I feel upset. And I feel like part of it is this class, and I don't know if there are ways that I can improve it, or if there are ways that, or if I just need to drop it and move on to something else.
So what is it that you would like to be doing instead of this class? And what are some things that concern you that you've brought up here that we can make better? How is this class not satisfying you?
Well, I feel like my learning process is not very good right now. I feel like when...
My brain isn't good.
Do you see my notes though? I just said no brain.
Does not compute. Keep going.
I feel like my learning process is not very good right now, and I feel like I don't understand things you say when you say them.
Change.
I'm not clear on what you're saying all the time. The concepts don't always get to me in class, and it makes me frustrated.
So the mental process for you and the way that I communicate to you, or that this school communicates to you, doesn't really connect to your way of learning.
Or the way that I understand what I think you're saying. It might be in my mind.
That's okay. You think you maybe could understand it if we phrase things differently, or if we define our terms and used words that were more familiar with you and used concepts that were more familiar to you. What were you doing before you came here? And what...
I don't know!
What do you
Change.
do? What do you do? What school were you going to before, and what were you good at? I have here that you passed all of your classes really well, and that you took the PSA.
Change.
Do you like video games?
Yes.
All right. What are some of your favorite video games?
War Thunder.
Change.
And Gamify this.
Minecraft? I'm just taking the basics or the funnest. What do you do? What's the mindless stuff that you like to do?
Even when I'm doing mindless stuff, I like to do project-oriented, not project-oriented, but productivity-oriented thinking and objectives.
Please give me an example.
So even when I'm doing something mindless, I would like to be doing something productive along the side. Biking is kind of mindless, but it also gives you exercise. Stardew Valley, a nice video game, can be mindless, but it is also oriented towards profit and social good and all of that stuff.
Okay. So you wish that in the classroom you could be doing something a little bit more like bicycling rather than sitting at a desk and listening, and you wish that you could actually be doing something else educational while you're being taught.
Or if there's a better way, I can passively absorb the information.
Have you considered something you can squeeze?
I have tried that with Michael's face, but it doesn't quite work
Change.
so well.
Michael's
I
face
have
is not
tried
always
that with
available.
Michael's arm.
Michael's
but that
across
doesn't-
the ocean.
I have done that with squeeze balls, but wait.
Right. We're not allowed to play. We do not encourage playing with your balls in class. We also don't encourage grabbing.
Change.
We do not.
Wait, the change would be we do encourage.
We do not encourage physically touching students while the professor is looking.
That really makes sense. I should get that checked out.
You can grab a student's arm, but then we would have to expel you. You could find some toys. You could go to your local dollar store.
Change.
Explain Stardew Valley to me.
Stardew Valley is a game where you are oriented towards your future and living your life money-wise and socially. And
Like
it's
on
a
a
farming
farm?
it's a farming game.
Oh,
yes.
cool.
And you can hop on and off when you want, and it can be mindless. You can do mindless things.
But it also can be strategy and stuff.
What are some
Right.
mindless things that you can do?
You can go fishing in Stardew Valley. Is that what you're asking about in the game?
Yes.
You can go fishing, you can plant and water your crops, you can go talk to people, and you can go and water your chickens. Wait, you can milk your chick.
Do you keep a notebook with you when you are in these classroom settings?
I try.
You do know to take notes, you don't necessarily have to write down what I'm saying, but you can write down a thought that comes to your head that's completely
I don't have to use
unrelated.
words.
You don't have to use words, you can use pictures, or if you use words, they don't have to be the words that I'm saying. Use the paper as that other thing.
That reminds me of what I used to do. That's similar to the mindset that I have, but I hadn't applied it in that way. Thank you, Samuel,
Okay. So,
Professor.
visual mindset. We don't have very visual books in our library. I acknowledge that we don't really have a distributor who will bring us any, but I can give you a list of recommendations on books that aren't required of this school, but they cover some of the same topics. You will still need to read the books. We recommend at least a few of them, but I'll also recommend these ones to you supplementarily. And there's also videos. They're really quick. You could watch them a few times, and they'll get you basically the words that are in bold throughout the textbook. I recommend to all of my students the visual ones, the more mathematically minded ones, really any of my students, that they start by making note of all the bold terms in the module they're on, and then either go to the glossary or go to a dictionary or Wikipedia or something and learn what they can about those words before we actually go into the module.
And one thing I can also do for improving in-class time is writing down concepts and circling them and draw someone interacting with them in a certain way or something like that. Just putting those word pictures into place so that when I look at them in my mind, it makes more sense.
I'm the principal. I just walked in. So, Sean, how are you feeling about things now?
The principal!
Change.
Hi, Daddy.
I feel a little bit more hopeful about things.
That's
I feel
good.
it.
That's good.
Change. Woof woof. Change. Change.
That's what happens in improv.
I
Say that
know.
is-
I feel a little bit more hopeful about the future, but I still think there's going to be obstacles. But
There are always
think-
obstacles. Even when a student has trouble learning, we can't change the whole system for them, but we can help incorporate things that can aid them. Professor Samuel, how are you feeling about your student Sean?
I think
I hate him.
we can give him some time. We're fine. We're gonna need to work on communication. I think is especially the main thing. Understanding what he needs, and he'll need to find some recreational stuff to do at the school. He needs to make some friends.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't have any friends.
And,
feel very
but
bad
I
for
wouldn't
poor Sean.
encourage him, especially to spend time in the library or in the classroom settings. I think he'll do really well researching on his own.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what would you recommend he do for classes where his professor might not be as understanding as you are, where he still needs these solutions, but his professor won't help supply him with them?
He should always bring something with him, whether a notebook or a fidget toy or both.
Oftentimes, professors don't allow fidget things in class or snacking.
I can doodle.
In my classroom, I will always allow it for him because he's addressed those things to me. For the ones where he can't, though, I will make a note to the other professors that he can bring a notebook and that we encourage him to take notes and sit at the front of the class.
Okay, very good. I will say that we are calling it a scene there, because that's what you do at the end of the change game.
I feel like there would be no professor who would do that.
I've
We
had a
got
few
hundreds of
that-
students. Yeah.
I mean, they don't reach out to the hundreds of students and ask them how to accommodate them. That's just not how it works. The
No.
students have
Yeah.
to come to
They
them.
have to come to them, and if they take the time to come to the professor, they can do that.
Okay, new scenario. We're gonna do another one of these games, but I want there to be more conversation back and forth so I can call a change quicker, because that's a
Can
little more
I go
fun.
get water?
Yeah, go get water. We have a new scenario. This time, Sean will be the one teaching Samuel to gamify.
The student has become the master.
Yes, exactly. In this scenario, Sean, you are about to move away, several states away, for work or for school or something. Samuel, you are his best friend in this scenario. He just brought this up to you. This is news to you. He's leaving in 3 weeks. This is a big change for you, and you need some help
Are you
having
trying
a
to
lighter
prepare
spin
me
to
for
it.
something?
No.
I did a really jerk
Okay.
move by saying, "Hey, I'm moving in 3 weeks."
Well, you got a really, really good opportunity for
Mm.
And you have to show up
amazing-
for your first day soon.
You have to, but you can come back. You can visit every month in
Mhm.
person, but you need to find good ways to stay in touch, have a good relationship, and stuff like that. So, Sean,
I'm gonna fail this
You-
one.
are moving in 3 weeks. Samuel, you are very sad. You are helping him move right now. You're loading up some boxes in his U-Haul truck, and you're wanting
Haven't
to bring
really
this up to
addressed our
him.
feelings yet.
Yeah, you're bringing it up to him how you feel. You've just been kind of bottling it up. But before we go into that, I'd like to do a pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
It's time for a pop quiz. You on Spotify, roll up your sleeves and scroll down below the video on Spotify only to the quiz section. What you see there, it says, how many times does the average American move in their lifetime? Oh, what is this? There's a multiple choice box. Which one is it? Is it 5 times, 11 times, 4 times, or 20 times? 5, 11, 4, 20. Those are your options.
That's a lot.
The time is up.
I hate
What?
moving. I hate the
You hate
idea
moving?
of moving.
Yeah. Okay, Samuel, what is your
Well, not-
answer?
11.
Sean, what is your answer?
4.
That was your answer? The correct answer is 11 or 11.7 times. According to the United States Census Bureau, the average person in America will move as many as 11.7 times in their life. Here are some interesting main motivators. 48% of moves relate directly to just the housing situation, and 30% are family related. That's interesting. I find that interesting. It's interesting that you thought it was 4, Sean. But the correct answer is 11, or specifically 11.7. Good job, Samuel.
Isn't that interesting?
No extra points were awarded to you for that. That was just for the fun of it. And I hope you at home voted for the right answer. If you didn't, I guess you just don't move enough.
Sean.
And in the QA box, just below the poll, in the QA box, submit an answer to the question that is listed there, which is, what was the most interesting / emotional moving story that you have? Make it as captivating and entertaining as you want, because it's fun to read these whenever we do. So yeah, submit your most entertaining or emotional moving story in that box.
I'll put mine in there.
Okay, put in the QA box the most entertaining or emotional story you have related to moving, whether it's you moving or a friend of yours moving. But don't make it too sad, because we will read it. Samuel will put his in. He's distraught. Sean won't put his in. It's too complicated. And I might put one in. I've moved a few times, and we're about to move again, so we'll see about that. Anyway, let's get back to the podcast.
So, you excited about this move?
Yes and no.
Change.
With no.
Yeah, but I am gonna miss the way things were.
Yeah? Why are you going?
There's so much dead air right now.
I feel like I was more prepared for this part. I think we were both more prepared for my part. You're really excited about this, maybe. They have a nice neighborhood like this one there, maybe better.
Well, I love this place, but I feel like this opportunity I got to be a drug dealer is just gonna be so healthy for me.
Change.
What's in these boxes?
Help.
This movie just completely changed.
It's gonna help me grow my intelligence, and I can't entirely explain it, but I also kind of feel God's pull to go there. It's like the purpose for my life. I feel like I could do some work there, and I've argued with him about it, believe me.
Change.
Well,
I can't explain it, but I feel something in my core that's calling me there. And it's not without grief that I do it.
Well, you say it's not without grief that you do it.
You guys need to finish with this setting and get onto the gamifying pretty soon.
Yeah.
I think that
You're
this
a dick.
move is a very bad idea. I think I'm happy for you that you're going. I personally wish you told me. I personally wish you knew like a year before, or that like you could postpone when you go, so
Me
we could
too.
have a little more time to do the stuff we were gonna do that we never ended up doing, like 50 more episodes of Gamify This in person, and go to the art crawl together more, like we thought we were gonna do. I feel like I'm gonna need somebody to do what you did. And I feel like I can't be the person that I was trying to be for you while you were here. This is how I feel like it would go if you left, Puzzle. I feel like this is how the conversation would go if you left. You're gonna have what you need up there. You're following your dream. I feel like my dream's been cut in half.
I get where you're coming from, because I've experienced stuff like that before, and I can't tell you not to grieve, but I can tell you it is okay to, and it's okay to feel distraught for a while. When you're ready to come out of that and start building again, you can try and view life as a game.
Well, I feel like I lost. I mean, I feel like someone else won the game and they're collecting the prize, and I'm here picking up the pieces.
I don't think Sean is ready for this.
Nobody's ready for this.
Was this a bad idea?
When you're ready to come out of the rut that you've been stuck in for your entire life,
You're making this his fault or his problem or something. You're the one who's leaving.
You're leaving me.
Yeah,
in the
I
rut.
know.
Is it because of the rut? Is that why you're leaving? You realized I was never gonna change.
I was trying to make that a joke.
Was
and
I
it
too
didn't
depressed for
work.
you? Was I just too depressed? Did I
No.
bring you down? I don't know what to do. Everything is falling apart right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's gonna happen when you're gone. I don't have any friends, and I don't have any support, and I don't have
Scene. I'm calling the scene right there. We
I
learned
didn't
a
like
lot
that
there.
one.
We learned a lot.
We learned a
I
lot
learned I
about
need to have a-
Samuel.
I learned I need to have a conversation with Samuel about how he's feeling, and I learned that Sean's not ready to take on the. He's not,
Well, the
he's
con- the
not ready at
concept of-
all.
The concept of people moving and not having friends is a very sensitive
Difficult one
topic.
for both of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem like it seems like the only advice he gave is when you start feeling better. No, you're supposed to help him feel better, not say, okay, when you get better, come back and
when you
I'll
get
give
better,
you advice.
then make a game out of it.
Make the game about. Okay, well, here's the next scenario. It's less serious.
That made
Samuel,
me
your doctor just
sad.
told you have to drastically change your diet, and
Oh,
you're gonna
I
have
thought he
to
was
stop
gonna say
eating.
he had terminal cancer.
Yeah, this is less serious. Samuel, you're dying in 3 days. No. Okay. Samuel, you just found out that your top 10 favorite foods you can no longer eat.
Top 10.
Oh no!
Basically, almost everything you like to eat, you can't eat anymore. But this is going to be good for you. Your doctor said that you'll start feeling amazing. You're going to have energy. It's going to be great, but it's going to be more expensive, and you're not going to like the transitional period. Sean, you're going to help him with this.
Yeah.
Are you my doctor
Wait,
or
no,
my mentor?
sorry, other way around. Sorry, we had it. Sean was the master. Now we're switching it. Samuel's the master. Sean, you're having to take out all the foods
Oh, I'm
that
having
you
an
like.
aneurysm. Okay.
So I'm Coach Samuel now? Or
You're
am I-
Coach Samuel. Sean, you're having a crazy diet, turning your life around. It's going to make you feel great. It's going to improve your mental capacity. It's going to improve your emotions. You're going to have more energy to work out. Everything's going to be great. You're going to start beefing up and being the testosterone man you want to be. But Sean's a little upset that he's going to have to cut down on the foods that he likes and the snacks that he likes.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
So let's go. Change.
I don't have an income.
Change.
What?
I don't have money.
I remember you used to buy your food at Target,
Walgreens. Yeah.
Walgreens.
You just buy pills. You just eat pills all day long. Pills and candy.
They do have a food section at Walgreens. It's just not very good, and it's
Yeah, I was
very
gonna say
expensive.
pills, candy, and
I'm like,
frozen
I was
food.
going for expensive, but then he went really expensive. I'm like, that's why you don't have an income.
yeah. Sean,
Well-
remember, this is a scenario. This isn't you.
I don't eat at Walgreens.
Okay.
I got a lot of Aldi pizza, and that was a really good experience for me. I like cheese. I'm not going to be able to have cheese. Milk is addictive, and I'm not going to be able to have milk. I'm not going to be able to have sugar. I'm going to be stuck in the rut of veganism forever, and I don't know how
Change.
to live.
What?
I'm going to be...
Don't interrupt.
I-
Sean's changing.
Changing his bow tie.
That's the second time you've taken your shirt off this episode.
I'm gonna end up being a vegan when I don't want to be, because I really like meat and I really like eggs and cheese and stuff like that. I'm completely supportive of people who want to do that, but I don't want to do that, and I feel like my enjoyment of life is gonna go down. So how do I get past that, back onto track?
Well, I was just like you when I was your age, possibly worse.
Changed.
Well, when I was 18, I had a terminal bellyache, and I went to my doctor, and he told me it's really a matter of whether you want to live without what you like, or if you want to live and you have a few more days to live. And I was gonna be like, well, if I give it a little bit more time, maybe I can find a way around this. And I did. I actually got to start eating the foods I liked again after about a year. But the thing is, I didn't even like them anymore after a year. Now, I don't know how that makes you feel right now, but for me, I was able to find so many foods I didn't even know existed because I always passed them in the grocery aisle. I was always looking for very specific things like the macaroni and cheese, specific brand even, okay? I loved the dairy. I loved the bakery section. If anybody knew the difference between a donut and a Danish, it was me. I was spending a lot less time in the bakery, except for when I was looking for the kinds of breads that I didn't know before existed. The whole grain breads.
So, should I experiment? Can I experiment with you? No.
I want to help you in the experiment. I'm gonna go to the store with you, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you a list of
Can
things.
you push my grocery cart?
No.
Sorry.
I'm gonna mention some certain brands that actually are focused on this diet a bit more. They're focused on other disabilities as well, but they will be very easy categories to get started in, and you're gonna start noticing them right away. As you go to grocery stores, you're gonna see the logos, you're gonna see the color, you're gonna see between what you were looking at before. I don't know. It might be like the yellow card game. You might start getting excited and when you see it and be like, pinch me and say, "Hey, I saw it before you did," and get it off the shelf and put it in the cart.
My camera died.
Change. Oh, it did.
Give me a
Say, we'll
second.
change that yellow car pinch thing.
You're gonna see the bacon and you say, "Oh no, wait, that one has meat in it," and then you're gonna go a little way more and say, "Oh, there we go, the cauliflower bacon." I say, "We're not looking for the cauliflower bacon." "Oh yeah, the vegan bacon," and then you're gonna grab the vegan bacon that doesn't have cauliflower in it.
So, are there gonna be things that I can do that are similar to the things that I did to help me transition?
You can't have cheese anymore, I hear.
Uh-huh.
So we're going
Yeah.
to go over a list of other things people have inside cheese, and for today we're gonna pick one of them. I'm gonna let you pick, and we're gonna give it a try in one of your favorite foods.
Huh.
I don't know if it was macaroni and cheese or if it was like cheesecake or something like that. What do you
Nachos.
usually have nachos today? So we're gonna have some fun and figure out what to put on the chips instead of the cheese.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
It's gonna be different, but different's not always bad.
Change.
Okay, I was kind of cheating there. You might hate it, but we'll see how this experience is overall, and we can try something.
And
if you hate it, we can.
We can
I'll
try
pay for
something else.
I'll pay for the one that we get next instead for
Ah,
this trial run.
you are a very monetarily invested dietitian.
Change.
You are really caring.
Change.
I like you.
Change.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm just Jim from another planet. So I'm getting ready to make a calendar. It's just gonna be for me, but I'm gonna try to keep a record of the foods that you generally eat. We're gonna think about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What you snack, we'll work on snacks over time, but we're gonna plan your meals out.
Change. Snacks are actually very important in a diet.
Yes, they are very important, but we're focusing on the meals right now.
Okay. But what if I said change?
All right, so we're gonna go over a list of the snacks you're gonna eat. How many classes do you have tomorrow?
2.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Your professor wants you to be doing more recreational and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Oh my gosh, I have a horrible life right now.
While you're at the gym,
You have new professors, you're moving away in 3 weeks, and you have a new diet.
while you're at the gym, we're gonna focus on more. We're gonna focus on more salty snacks and snacks with high in electrolytes. Drinks high in electrolytes. Okay. There are very friendly to your diet snacks at the grocery store.
Like protein powders?
You'll actually know where to find them real easily after just a little bit.
Are Genesis health shakes healthy for health?
We're not gonna be getting our snacks from your gym. You don't go
Oh.
to that gym. You go to the gym on campus.
I go to the gym in New York City.
The New York City gym?
Change.
I go to
the
SeaWorld
gym
and
in
I ride the
Cincinnati.
dolphins.
Cincinnati.
We're not speaking alien language.
Sean, your microphone cut out. You went, "Ring!" And it like echoed. You're like, "Zing!" And it's like, oh my goodness. Okay, get back to the talking.
Make sure you gargle twice every time you drink your electrolytes. And
Yeah.
Change.
well, there have some very salty snacks that you are allowed to eat. We can still eat
I do like salt.
peanuts, right?
I have
That's
to.
a sore spot.
Would you choose? You wouldn't choose peanuts, okay? Would you do?
Well, he already has to eat them every day to keep his allergy at bay.
We can make
Could
them
you add more?
unique.
We'll add a little bit more salt to them. You can keep a few salt packets in your backpack, and we'll sprinkle a little bit on the peanuts. I know they're already a bit salty, but that's not going to be your choice snacking.
Oh,
But we have.
I do like ranch dressing.
You like dried chickpeas?
I think I do.
You like sunflower
And-
seeds?
I do, and pistachios are really good in all forms.
Change.
I have a problem with the pistachio company. They've actually been infiltrated by an alien organization that is very questionable.
I like pistachios.
No. The factory has been. They are manufacturing them pistachios, and I do not like it. Spider people must go. All right, you can't have cow's milk anymore. You can't have goat's milk anymore. We're gonna try. You don't have to have oat milk, and you don't have to have almond milk. But we're gonna try samples of a few different ones. The one that tastes good to you today, or the most like what you are used to, you choose it, and we're gonna try that for a week. Okay.
Okay.
Change.
And then I could make a homemade salad dressing with that stuff.
With the yogurt
I
we
really
were just
like
talking
salad
about.
dressing. We were talking about
I said
yogurt.
She said change, so now we're talking about yogurt.
Oh,
Okay.
This yogurt that I'm suggesting is completely dairy free.
Change.
This bran flakes I'm recommending are completely gluten free. They're off-brand bran flakes, but
That's okay. I'm poor anyway.
they're a lot more
Change.
expensive. So
I
Where
don't
did-
have money anyway.
You're buying all this food for him, so
Oh yeah,
well, it's billed along with the
some of it.
treatment. If he doesn't like it, I'm gonna buy the next replacement. That's just part of the free. That's part of the trial beginning. We're not gonna do that every time. All right. Can you come up with a helpful visual aid for the milk?
So each,
So
so each-
for the milk.
I used it for my milk. So all of the foods that I can't eat now, I'll make a little picture, and they're each unique planets, and each substitute is one of the moons, so that I can't exactly go to the planet anymore, but I can follow the
Ah.
moons and figure out. I can discover new moons and be
'Cause
like,
For
Ah.
every one, there's gonna be like 5 other options. Those will
Yeah.
be the moons. Okay. Orbiting.
exactly.
Sean, you got a lot of points for that. That's amazing.
Thanks.
I haven't gotten any
I-
points this whole game so far, apparently.
Yeah, you have.
Oh. We're gonna avoid the pistachios for my. I mean, I would avoid the pistachios for my own personal reasons. What do you usually have Tuesday nights at your book study?
I usually have really cheap chicken finger nuggets with horseradish sauce and ketchup.
All right, we're gonna look at options for what we can have instead of the. You can still have the horseradish sauce. You can still have the ketchup. It's like you're gonna be fine there. But
But not the chicken nuggets.
we're gonna go. I will not recommend these for this store. Their substitute options are 5 times more expensive. But there's another
Oh,
store. It's
Sprouts.
it's not a very well known store. Actually, you probably You might have heard of it.
Oh yeah,
if you've
I
heard of
visited
it.
Spruits one time. But...
It's near where I live though, so you can pick it up. I can actually pick it up on my way in tomorrow if you want to try it.
Oh
Change.
yeah.
I can pick you up tomorrow and we'll go try them in the store.
Yeah.
Shay.
Wait, I gotta eat it.
So they have free samples tomorrow, and they're sending them out to 5 different neighborhoods. Yours might be one of them.
Whoa. That's like $10 million.
I haven't quite understood every time you've said change. I think you're just doing it for fun.
Well, I haven't done it enough is the thing, so I'm trying
to... Well, Sean's head is on backwards now. We've been through a few too many multiverses.
Oh, yeah.
So hang on.
Well,
okay, let's reel back. Sean, how are you feeling about the food thing? Yeah, the important.
What do you mean?
Continue.
Okay, the important thing I think is to go visit the space around the planets and see which moons I like. And then maybe we can find some regulars in those moons, but I think the important thing right now is to go explore and see what options there are.
You might
and maybe start with something familiar.
You might like the different. We're gonna try to find stuff that's similar, but if you are like, okay, this doesn't taste like the milk I tried before, but the one that did was a little too much like it and kind of weird, I want to try this other flavor, this other thing a bit, because I've never had it before. And you might do that instead, or DFF nights on the book study. We could be having chicken nuggets, and you could be having these long
sushi,
veggie
crunchy
sticks.
These long crunchy hoagie looking things.
Yeah,
that are full of air and rice.
Scene.
I mean, you guys kind of seem like you're at a dead end here.
Long crunchy hoagie looking things. We're opening the long crunchy hoagie looking things restaurant tomorrow.
I honestly think you guys. I think you guys peaked with the planets and moons thing.
Yeah.
This back and forth somehow got you to that point, and I'm really glad it did. That was good.
It's always good when we come up with the visual aids, isn't it?
So the calendar and the planets and the moons.
I think that's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean, say your happy thing as the curtains close.
I really love my substitutes.
And scene.
I've just told you.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the round 1 version here in a second, where one of you starts a game and you guys go back and forth changing the game. You guys aren't gonna do the scenario thing anymore because I think that stresses you guys out. So Sean, it's gonna be your turn. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Maybe what? Once every I think it's unique and cool, but maybe not a lot each time.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so you guys are going to go back and forth, trading hands, making a game to gamify this change that I'm going to come up with in a second. Sean, you're going to start us out because Sam will start us out last time. You're going to need to gamify changing a diaper. No.
Oh!
No, that's not good.
Throw it into the trash.
You're distorting your microphone so much.
Oh no!
Okay, so this new change, Sean, you're gonna come with a gamified approach to introducing a new friend to your social circle.
And that friend is me, I guess.
This is a very different friend. Very, very different from any other friend you've ever had. But in this scenario, they are open to trying fun things that your current friends enjoy.
Okay, so if you imagine our social circle like an ocean, and you're bringing this new friend in a submarine, and he wants to see all of the different things about this friend group, or he doesn't. But here's what happens. Our social circles are like different settings. One social circle is a beautiful coral reef in the freshwater rapids. Another one is a flowing river that goes through mainland. Another one is the deep ocean where you can see marine creatures and big scary things. That's the bullies at school. I don't think we want to introduce them. But we got these different.
I hope
Well,
Sorry,
got
that
these-
was funny to me.
Oh, thanks.
Oh wait, those are the boys.
Those are the bullies. We don't want to.
Okay.
So we've got these different social situations, and your friend is in a submarine, and that submarine is your friendship with him, and that's where you check up on him. That's
Friendship.
where you're like, hey, what did you think about that last interaction? And you can take as much time in the submarine as you want, but the objective of the game is to go around to these different locations and visit these scenarios with him. And the submarine is kind of like your base. It's like a big mobile home kind of thing. So it's exploration oriented, and it's loose. It's looking for things that are fun for both of you, and hopefully you and that friend in the submarine are going to be able to go benefit that other location somehow, and you can create kind of like a mutual understanding of how to follow Christ and bring others into his kingdom.
Change. Go to Samuel.
So you're trying to start a gang here, and
No, change. Go back to Sean.
What?
Go back to Sean. We're going back to Sean. There's no gang.
she's
There's
been
no
talking
gang.
for so long. I just heard my echo.
Yeah. So there the point system is tracked by a nice little display in your
I may as
submarine.
well interject here. I don't have a problem with sharing religion to friends, but that shouldn't be the goal of their friendship.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, let's
He just
hand it off
tangled
to
himself
Samuel.
up in the blanket. It's
That-
so cute.
Aw.
That was a Christian niche joke.
It was
Yeah.
really
Yes.
funny.
I took it as a joke. And I took it as a hint that you want me to pass it on to Samuel. So we're passing it on to Samuel.
Yeah.
You're in the submarine. You can change what you want, Samuel, but don't change anything too drastically.
So we're always looking for new places, but we've got a few of our favorite locations as well. There's the coral reef where our co-workers hang out. I kind of have inside jokes with my friends about what I do and don't like about my co-workers.
Coral workers.
And
Can I just have a I think I had a revelation. I don't know if you meant this or not, but is that the surface level friends? Oh! You got points for that.
thank you.
Nice.
And but I'll spend kind of the easy time with this new person. I say, but this isn't where I want to be, and I'll take them around to the more fun waters where my friends kind of swim around freely and get outside of the submarine and do
Dolphins.
some looking at stuff. It's where the sun comes through pretty clear. There's more space for swimming, and we make kind of more appropriate but open, like comfortable jokes and conversation and stuff. And we're looking at the fish that we like. It's a very easy place to find the dolphins. But then now and then, if the new friend is feeling up to it, he'll follow us to the deeper areas where we'll do the deep sea diving, and we'll go into deeper. We'll go into more of our personal conversations about, like, I really did or didn't like this experience that one day. We're sharing more longer, deeper inside jokes and stuff. And the friend will sometimes hang back in the submarine, and I'll check in on him and make sure that he's still comfortable with it. And he'll say, yeah, that's good. Or if he says not, I tell my friends, okay, let's get back in the submarine. We're going to go back to the dolphin area, or we're going back to the beach, and everybody's going to go home. But that's how we kind of try it out. Eventually, he might want to get out and swim around in the deep end of the pool a little bit, ocean a little bit.
Oh.
But sometimes you'll see a shark or something, and it'll swim up to the submarine, and he'll say, "I think that was enough for today." And we'll go back, and he'll say, "Actually, I want to hang out in the coral reef today." And if he spends too much time in the coral reef and he hits it off with the other people, it's okay. He doesn't actually have to be your friend. He could be one of those surface level friendships, and it's good that you didn't spend too much time trying to make it work. But the ocean is a place where you got to be careful and know where you're swimming when it comes to friendship, and it comes to getting out of the submarine.
That fart did not go over my microphone, did it?
No,
It did.
All right, back to Sean. What might you want to add or take away? Change, Sean.
So there's a screen in the submarine in the living room where you can look at the TV and hang out and stuff with your friends while you're transporting. That you can record whatever you want on it, but it has categories like, I really liked this thing about this particular thing, and you can categorize things how you want. If you have an emotional conversation with the whole group out in the ocean in the deep end, one thing you and your friend can do in the submarine later after you're done with that interaction is go look in the catalog and be like, okay, let's find the category or make the category, and then say, okay, well, I felt a little threatened when this happened, or I felt actually pretty encouraged when this guy said this about me. I really liked participating in this kind of joke, and stuff like that. And it also, you can catalog stuff like experiences that you do, activities. This often goes into the surface level area where you're going axe throwing or paintballing or skeet shooting or deer hunting. Why are all of these about guns?
This is all very violent.
Yeah, what I mean.
and who's doing
Those are
any
the
of that in
things
the
I would
ocean?
like to go. That's a good. We have ocean shotguns, but those are the things I
Ocean
like
beer?
to do with friends. But you can catalog activities that you do with friends, experiences that you have with friends emotionally, mentally, or if you feel like, hey, we just ran a race and I'm not fit enough to do that, so I think I'm going to hang back next time. The catalog will help you if you are encountering something that's like, I'm not sure about this. I don't know if I want to do this. You can look back at the catalog and be like, okay, well, this experience is kind of similar to this new one, what it's going to be. So how did...
That was echoey.
I thought that was a marble falling. Oh, that's not a good image.
It was
Anyway,
a marble falling. let's just say there was a marble falling.
anyway, this catalog can help you visualize your situation in the submarine. It's a little bit like your submarine's radar. Like, okay, so we're approaching a depth level of so and so and such, and usually stuff like this happens here. That's not always the case. You can find unexpected stuff, but it can help put a rhyme and reason to what you think is happening. It can help you feel more secure, and if you can get the other friends in on it, if your friend is comfortable, that can help him feel more loved in the friend group and more cared for, because the friends are ready to help him overcome certain things, hurdles, or if they're willing to let him in on inside jokes, that can be quite helpful too.
Okay. Radar change. Samuel.
Special quests. Sometimes me and my friends, we like to go on special quests, whether it's in the surface area, the coral reef, or if we're in the dolphin fun area. There are a lot of fun quests. They're not super special there, but they're little bonuses we can unlock. There are games we can play with the dolphins and stuff, and we'll get special points. But the points are doubled if you do it with the new friend. So the new friend is going on one of these quests with you. It's a bigger point if you win 2 of them. And then when you go to the deep area, sometimes you'll discover something like there's a sunken ship area we like to go to and look for things. And sometimes we'll be there and there'll be something there that wasn't there before. It's like, oh, someone else who was in this area left something. And you'll look at it and you'll collect it and you'll say, it'll show you that you earned something from it. And it's more difficult to take your new friend with you on these quests, but there's more to unlock when he's there, and the points will be doubled if you can get him out there to get them with you. So that would be like, there's also shark wrestling. These aren't so like that was the special quests. So we've covered the special quests. Then there's the normal quests, the games that you usually play. Like I talked about swimming with the dolphins. I talked about swimming in the deeper areas and having deeper conversations. There's also fighting things in the deeper areas, like the anglerfish, kind of avoiding the light. It's and wrestling bully sharks, and there's even a big octopus deep down in there that you've got to he'll sometimes he usually be holding on to something that you're trying to get from him, but if you're not careful, you and all your friends will get eaten.
Is this like bringing up personal drama and stuff, or?
Mm-hmm. You can find clues deep in your past, and sometimes your new friend can help you realize things that you hadn't otherwise realized, and that makes it extra new because this is a new phase of your life, and you're finding a link from your past to understand the present better. And so you'll be just having these casual conversations in the deep water that you always have with your friends, and your new person will be like, wait, but I had an experience similar to that, and it was actually good for me in this way. And we're like, well, none of that wasn't good. And they say, yeah, but the thing that was good was this. And we're like, I didn't realize that there was that other thing, and
Yeah,
and that'll help you.
Sean, you just had a very Ian moment. You said yeah, and then your eyes rolled into the back of your head and you started drinking.
Yeah.
Should I pass it on to Sean, or should we call it there?
In the coral reef, there are crabs and stuff. Just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, there's like the little.
You've
Everyone
got-
likes complaining about Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, everybody's got
Yeah.
challenges everywhere that they are. I mean, there will be
Everyone at the surface level likes complaining about the boss and about corporate.
yeah.
Mr.
Mhm.
Krab from SpongeBob, who's
yeah.
the analogy of
Capitalism.
very, very, very caricature of money. I like me money. Work overtime and don't get paid. I like selling these burgers after we're closed.
Mhm. If it means as a
Nice.
customer.
All right, we've lost traction. Does that mean that we're coming to a close on that one?
I think I want to add something. I think it would be interesting if the octopus was the deeper meaning of life, because he's like the big scary guy that could kill you.
So like bringing in philosophy or religion or something like
Well,
that.
the
to
deep
this new
waters
friend.
do go more the philosophy and religion areas. That's why you don't always have your new friend out there with you, because
Yeah, or like if he's used to a different area of the deep end, the deep part of the waters, if he's not accustomed to this part, it could be really scary.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it would be a really cool mechanic if eventually that friend can get, I don't want to say upgraded because it's never quite that simple, but if he can become more of an integral part of the friend group, and then you can add more people, and if you can turn it into, like, you can have 3 or 4 people in the submarine, because often in social situations multiple people get brought in at the same time, and it can be complicated to just do one person at a time. I also think it would be cool to have like a vital sign kind of screen for each player in the submarine, where you can kind of track what their state is. But you have to update it every now and then, because if you don't update it, you don't have accurate information and you can't help
So like
them
checking in on them.
integrate into the friend group. Yeah. Or it's like they update it when they want to, and you can request an update, but it doesn't always happen. That's all I thought of.
Yeah, I like that we have a home base inside the friendship where you can look at the screen and kind of see the map and see log of how the friend's doing and how close he is to being an inner circle friend, like a friend who can always go on these ship rides with you and who you can always expect will be swimming in the deep end with you guys and stuff. I mean, even the friends you've had for a long time won't always feel like doing stuff, but if he goes on the trips, he'll be doing all the same stuff. So he'll be graduated completely as a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I really like Sean. I it was really. By the way, I'm wrapping this one up. This Friends one. Really good job. Just starting out with an analogy of the ocean. I was
thinking of something similar to the planets, and I was like, I don't want to recycle the planets one.
Yeah,
Like,
well, but that was really good
expansive.
having a confident start, and that really helped having
The first
building
one
off
I've
of that.
had.
The first time you've ever been confident on this entire podcast. Okay, so
What about that time that he
Really
said
good-
that you can't just eat vegetables?
that was confident and wrong. And he learned from that mistake.
Well, I still think it's better to have a balanced diet. I mean, you can live off of
You
vegetables.
can have a balanced vegetable diet.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Well, there's also the truth that there's a lot more to vegetables than vegetables.
Yeah, like there are dumb people too.
There's potato. No, Sean. No. Like when you think of vegetables, when you think of vegetables, you probably think of celery and broccoli, carrots, maybe chickpeas, stuff like that. But there's so much more. There's potatoes. You forget that potatoes are technically in that category. There's avocado. There's chia seeds.
I think an
there's
avocado is a
beans.
fruit.
I know,
Yes,
the fruits and
but
vegetables category.
Okay.
All right, you just don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But you will.
there's-
You will. Pumpkin.
I was making a dumb poke into that one.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like a
But
jab.
when you're someone who needs to avoid
Yes.
Carnivorous
the proteins
foods.
in when there's something in the proteins of meat that makes you sick, or if you're a very conscious person about that stuff and you personally feel guilty or sad when you eat meat and that's just something bad for your mental health and you need to have a different diet.
Another
I was never saying that those are not good reasons. And it's
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I think another misconception is sometimes people think that vegetarian means avoiding protein, but that's not at all.
No,
that's
that's-
not at
that's
all
dumb.
what it means, because
Yeah.
you can get protein from plants, and if you mean animal when you say protein,
That's not true
it's
either.
off track.
Yeah,
You're
that
like-
doesn't make sense.
also when you're eating animal, you're not just eating protein.
Mhm.
There's
There you go.
lipids and stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going here. Those are some good games. What do you guys think overall of how I approached this today? Do you think that we, through those different rounds, we had 4 or 5? I think we had 5 rounds. We had that one at the beginning, and then the three conversational ones, and then that last game there. Do you think that we pretty well touched on the topic of change? You guys can take turns talking about that. Who wants to go first? Just talking about how you personally feel like we might have touched on today.
I feel like we learned a lot about the elements of approaching change through that first game. When we were talking about going to college. Good job again, Sean, coming up with a specific thing.
Oh, thanks. I've never been to
change,
college.
To change to, because you just used what you're thinking about, I think, like the next change in your life. We didn't dive very deep outside of that, but I think that there are other changes that are harder to think about. Like we had trouble playing some of these games, and I'd say I'm not. The
I think it
judge,
was
but
pretty-
I think
it was
that we
pretty
had a very
emotional for
difficult.
me.
Yeah, we had a very difficult time touching on change outside of just I'm changing something, but it's good that we got those elements. I think when it comes to things like big changes, which every change is big, but like somebody who was in your life isn't in your life anymore. That's a very difficult change, and it doesn't even seem very appropriate to make a game out of that. But having a
Right.
way of thinking about it, I think, is important. And so I didn't want to just go like end this episode without having said, with saying that we've covered every kind of change. Seasons change,
Even
and
if
that
even if all we did about the moving one was that it's really hard to talk about.
if all that I liked about fall is the ways that it's like summer, I'd be missing all the things about fall that are good. Like I like fall because it's fall. I sometimes have a hard time transitioning into the colder, darker season when I want the good things about fall, but I don't want the darkness and stuff. So I have to kind of use some things from summer that are like fall to make it better. But then for the things that are different, I try to keep them different. I'm just like, this is distinct, this is different, a different season. So I think with that first game, we pretty well set a foundation for how we wanted to approach change.
I think so.
Right.
And I liked the
scenarios.
I
things.
liked the role play, and I liked the change game being starting here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, for anyone who is in improv, that was probably painful for you guys because I didn't yell change quite as often as you would in an actual improv class, but none of us have done an improv class. None of us are suited for this. I just thought it might be a little fun to occasionally sprinkle it in there. It definitely wasn't as... Yes, Samuel?
None of us are suited for this.
We aren't properly trained, maybe I should say. Sean, you're very fish-eyed faced. Look at this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't full on the change game, but I thought it would be a fun idea to sprinkle that in because the topic is change.
And it was time.
Sean, how do you feel? How do you feel at the end of this?
I don't remember all of the stuff that we specifically did, but it touched on some difficult stuff for me. I think the proudest part about it was the submarine game, because I feel like I don't like where I am socially at the moment. I feel like I need more regular friends, and I think viewing it this way might help me find some or follow up with some.
Yeah, I think one of the scariest things about making a new friend is I'm not ready for someone to know all of the stuff I'm dealing with. I'm not ready to have someone else to argue about philosophy and religion. I'm not ready for all that. But it's good to think, yeah, it's okay to start out with a surface level friend. Maybe eventually they'll become a deep friend, but don't let an opportunity of a friend slip by because you're scared of the deep stuff.
Yeah. There are some people that you encounter that just are the sharks to you or look like sharks, and that can be scary. I mean,
and then when you detect patterns, you're like, that looks like a shark. Oh, wait a second, that was a dolphin.
We can let them in the
Yeah.
submarine.
Yeah. I
Okay,
love
maybe the
dolphin
analogy
submarines.
falls apart there. But...
But anyway, I felt that it was a useful analogy to look at, to kind of view things through. It kind of the planets and submarine thing kind of, maybe I am a visual learner because those kind of helped me in some way or another kind of approach things.
Kind
I
of.
feel like some of that kind of hurt. The one about moving was really rough to get
I was
through.
crying at the end of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you actually crying?
Well, I'm a good actor, but I mean, it was pretty
Yeah.
cheesy fake crying, but there were real tears.
There were?
Yeah, it's kind of dry in here.
Oh, okay.
Well, I put myself in an emotional place to do the scene.
Yeah, he was thinking about what if this was me leaving, I think.
Yeah.
Because he brought up art crawl.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, you think that thinking about things in school, like the solar system, and thinking about friends as the ocean analogy, you think that might help you in application in real life?
I think so, if I can remember them. That's one of the main problems of gamification for me is I'm like, this is a great game. What was that game?
Yeah,
I
which is why the
I forget
gamification
about it.
journal might be helpful.
Yeah, that's true. That was definitely one of the more emotional ones to film for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yeah,
that. I like
I-
being raw, but
Vulnerable.
I like I like it when there's a deeper meaning to it.
No, but I personally, whenever I host, I don't judge or grade the games well when it's here's Samuel, he presents a game. Here's Sean, he presents a game. Round 2, here's Samuel. You know, I want it to be more conversational. I want it to be more game like. I like it this way. It's okay to fall back on that pattern, but whenever I host, I try to bring something new to the table to keep it fresh and to keep it engaging, to keep the audience have fun listening and to have us have fun listening. And it helps me out. It helps me feel like a better judge on things. If you guys are ready for the scores, I can bring them.
I felt like a better
Please let
professor
Samuel
today.
win.
Yeah. What do you say, Sean?
Please let Samuel win.
Oh. Well, okay. The final scores. I don't have a good breakdown because I wasn't making good notes when I was giving scores. But the high points for Sean, you had a good setting for the school one. You had a good analogy with the planets and the moons, and I don't remember what the last.
The ocean.
He came up with the ocean.
Yeah, the ocean.
He came up with the ocean.
You got a lot of points with that one too.
Oh, for new
Yeah.
friend.
And
new
Samuel?
friend.
Yeah. Samuel, you did a good job changing the point system in the professor game. You made good points with the friendship one. And the different friend groups thing with the shallow, coral reef, the deeper, all that stuff. That was pretty
really
good. Those are the times that you guys got 5 points. I was doing a scale of 1 to 5. But with all of the 1 to 3s on top of those, Sean ended up with 24 points, and Samuel ended up with 29 points.
Yay!
So Samuel won this episode. Overall, I think giving a little bit better input. Every time there was a change, I feel like he made a stronger change for the better, whereas Sean kind of every once in a while struggled with that.
Sean was
this
going
time
for
Sean was a good
synonyms. He said, I'm
Yeah.
poor. I don't have money.
But yeah, this I think it's interesting. This episode, Sean was a good insider and Samuel was a good changer. And that lines up with today's topic of change, so he won.
That was different.
So yeah, look forward to Samuel hosting the next episode. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I hope that something that we said might have struck something in you and went, oh, maybe I'll use that in my life, because that's our hope. As well as entertaining you for a good hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Another goal is to maybe give you some long-lasting application. But if you just were entertained this episode, that's fine. I hope we were a good company to you while you were driving / doing the dishes / painting / driving off the road laughing.
Don't do that, please. But do pull over and subscribe to our podcast. Follow our podcast.
Follow us on Spotify. That's where we're trying to grow our audience the most. But if you're watching on YouTube or listening to Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, we do appreciate it. Make sure to follow Samuel, Moser Meadows Records, most places, but it's also Samuel Claus Tuner on Instagram. Follow Sean, 10 Tiny Potatoes, or variations of that in places. He's pretty much just prominent on YouTube, so just go subscribe to him on YouTube for now.
Yeah.
And then follow me, PuzzleMTM, everywhere. If you learn how to spell it one place, that's how you spell it everywhere else. Literally everywhere else. Discord
He got to claim the name.
That is my moniker. PuzzleMTM. And we hope you come back in the future, catch up on some previous episodes, and that's it. This is the end of the episode.
And as we always say at the end of these episodes,
and as we always say at the end of the episodes,
game over.